again, St. Peter's friends. It's Amy again. Here we are in week 2 of Lent, and I'm happy to be with you again. So we're going to start again with our meditation for 1 minute. Sit on the floor, on a cushion, with your legs crossed like me, or sit in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. Put your hands on your lap or on your knees. Or you can do the full moon mudra like I showed you last week, with your right hand under your left and your thumbs touching at the top to make a circle, and your elbows out. We want our backs nice and straight, our chins tucked in so that our necks are straight too, and we're not trying to follow our thoughts too much. We just let them go, and we just breathe in and out and follow our breath. So are you ready? Here we go. So there's our timer. How'd you do? Was it better than last time? It will get easier and easier as we go along. And I hope it makes you a little more relaxed and introspective during Lent. So today's session is called Sharing Our Hearts. We will learn about how to share what is important to us with those we love. So our story for today goes like this. When Jesus was 12 years old, he was traveling with his parents. They became separated after the Passover festival. Jesus' parents searched for him for several days. They were worried and anxious because they loved their son very much. He was their treasure. When Mary and Joseph finally found Jesus, he was sitting in the temple talking to the teachers and asking them questions. Mary was probably frustrated when she asked, "Why have you treated us like this?" She wanted Jesus to be safe always. Jesus treasured his parents, but Jesus also had another treasure. He liked to be in the temple, talking about God. He called God his Father. Of course, we know Jesus would spend his whole life talking about God and teaching others about God's love. But Mary and Joseph did not quite understand this at the time. Sometimes parents and children do not understand each other's treasures. That is okay. It happens a lot. But Jesus and his parents figured it out together. Jesus followed their directions and went home to Nazareth with them. Mary took Jesus' thoughts very seriously, even though they were mysterious to her. That's what we do for each other when we love each other. We take each other seriously, even if we don't understand or even sometimes agree. So you can just see the situation, can't you? Your parents walk in, you're with some friends, they get mad, you were supposed to call, you were supposed to tell them where you were going. You're a little embarrassed that they showed up getting mad at you. Your parents are relieved they found you, but they're also pretty upset that you didn't tell them where you were going and that they were worried about you. You're still their little boy, even though you're 12 years old. So Jesus was 12 in this story. I think it's hard to be 12 because you're on the verge of feeling like you're a teenager, an adult. You can do things on your own. You're your own person. You're beginning to learn about responsibility, maturity. But your parents still see you as a child. And they don't quite trust you on your own yet, and you have some growing up to do still. And Jesus's parents were starting to learn about needing to share him with the whole world as he was a teacher. That he would be spending time with lots of other people as he grew up, teaching them about how to live. So it's a hard thing. And sometimes this can even happen to you when you're older. Like when I was 20 years old or so, I had promised I would call my grandparents, and I knew I was seeing them later, and I forgot, and I lost track of time. And once I showed up to their house, they were pretty mad. They were so worried, and I didn't understand why they were so worried. I was 20 years old. I'm an adult. They said to me, "We've just come to the conclusion that you don't love us." That's a pretty dramatic thing to say, but we got over it. We talked it out, and everything ended up okay. But things like that can happen a lot, where we're worried. We see our children as little children still. We're worried something's going to happen to them, and we just want to know they're okay. The key to sticking together, even when people do not understand one another, is curiosity. Curiosity helps us remain open to one another, continue learning about each other, and respect each other. But it doesn't work very well unless everyone's curious. Grown-ups have to start because they are older with more experience. They show curiosity about their children's ideas. When everyone is curious, we learn a little bit more about each other's treasures and understand each other that much more. Let's have a prayer before we end. God, you know our minds and hearts. You understand our treasures even when no one else does. No matter how silly we feel, you always take us seriously. Help us love each other and be curious about our differences. Amen.